Well, I'm delighted you could find time to handle my affairs for me now that this merger with Spaulding's operative. Of course, I'd considered you, but it was Diane Ballard who finally convinced me.
Well, I'm glad she feels that way. How is Diane getting along out there, anyway?
Oh, I'm very impressed with her. She's one of the shrewdest girls I've ever met. Oh, she told me that you're interested in a political career.
Oh, she did she?
Well, I think you should do awfully well. Nowadays, when the image is so important. I'd like to help you in any way I could.
Why, Henry?
Because I believe in you.
Well, that's quite a change, isn't it? I don't really know why you would want anything to do with me, considering some of the things that I said to you at our last meeting.
Oh, come, Ross. I'd forgotten all about that, and I'd hoped you had, too.
Well, I'm afraid I can't forget that night so easily. Idealistic, struggling young law student, head over heels in love, trying to do battle with the whole Chamberlain clan, a little like David and Goliath, only I had an unloaded slingshot.
Oh, come now, Ross, you know that Vanessa deeply regretted her marriage to Gerald.
Yes. Only after she was certain that she had saved the Chamberlain Empire.
Now, this was never my idea. As you know, my daughter's happiness means a great deal to me. And she was utterly miserable.
Henry, I'd really rather not discuss Vanessa. Huh?
Mm-hmm. I'd appreciate it if you'd look over these things I'd like you to handle for me here. It's a list.
Yes, I'd be glad to look them over, but I'd like to get one thing straight right from the top. I hope you realize that I can't be bought, not by you, not by Vanessa, not by you acting on Vanessa's behalf.
That's not my intention.
Good, I'm glad to hear that. And now that we've got that settled, I'd like to ask you a question.
Oh, what is it?
Did you know Lucille Wexler before you met her last night?
Yes. I met her several years ago.
How did you happen to meet her?
Through Brandon Spaulding. No, he was her financial advisor.
Oh, yes, I know, but I've come to believe that there was a great deal more to their relationship. Now, is that true?
Ross, I'm in no position to discuss that.
Yes, I understand that, and I won't pursue it, but, Henry, could you tell me anything about a family by the name of Stafford?
Only that Alan was engaged to a girl named Stafford when he was in college. She was drowned in a boating accident.
Yes, I know that part.
His father sent him out to Chicago right after the accident and all that publicity in the newspapers.
And what was Alan's reaction to all that? Do you remember?
Well, he was very upset, naturally. Very emotional about it.
Did Alan ever mention anything about a younger sister named Jane Marie?
Ross, this was over 20 years ago.
Yes, I realize that. But does that name, Jane Marie Stafford, does it ring a bell with you at all?
No. Well, the last thing that Alan wanted to talk about was the Staffords. They threw him out of the house and practically accused him of negligence in relation to the accident. But why are you so interested in something that happened all those years ago?
Because it has a strong connection with the present. I don't know what that connection is exactly, but I intend to find out.
I can't tell you anything more about that night because that's all there really was to it. I thought you might know why Mr. Stafford was looking for you.
No, I don't.
Well, I think he must be the father of that girl that drowned because of the way he and Alan reacted when they saw each other. I wondered, Mother, if you might have met him years ago when you were so friendly with Alan's father.
No, I did not.
Well, he'll probably be back because he seemed terribly eager to see you.
Hi.
Oh, good morning, Ben. What are you doing here so early?
I'm looking for my model.
Oh, Jennifer just told me that Morgan is still asleep.
Oh, well, that doesn't surprise me. You kept her up so late last night.
Mother, she wanted to hear me play, and she is at that age where she wants to feel a part of everything that's going on.
Well, it was a great pleasure for me to hear you play again. And I was delighted when you stopped playing that shallow, popular music and honored us with a Chopin etude.
Mother, after last night, can't you understand now why I think that Alan is such a charming and amusing man?
No. I spent the entire night watching Hope, wondering how long it's going to take Alan to hurt her the way he's hurt every other woman in his life.
I'm sorry I brought it up.
Well, good morning. I was beginning to wonder if you were going to sleep through our entire session.
I'm sorry I'm late. I overslept a little bit.
What are you doing wearing that dress? How dare you go through my things without asking my permission?
The Guiding Light. This portion is presented by squeezably soft Charmin bathroom tissue. And by Bounce. It gets clothes soft, free of static cling, and gives them long-lasting freshness.
Lucille, now don't blame Morgan. I was the one who found this old dress in a closet at the back of the attic.
Well, actually, I told Ben to go up to the attic to look through your old things because he was looking for something very specific for Morgan to wear. I really can't understand why you're so upset. I mean, for years now, you've been talking about going through the attic and throwing everything out.
And I'm not upset. It was just a shock to see Morgan in that dress after all
Look,
these
you
years.
know, if it bothers you so much, I'll find something else for her to wear.
No, please, Ben. No, you're welcome to it.
Amanda, would you take Morgan down to the cottage? I'll be there in a minute.
All right. Come on, Morgan.
Now, we can have that talk we didn't have time for last night.
Yes.
What did the specialist tell you?
Ben, I know you're going to be relieved just as I was. There is hope. The doctor says that if I spend a few weeks of rest and I have on a special diet and no emotional stress, that I can then go back down to the hospital and have a special operation that's going to reverse my condition.
What? Really? That's wonderful. Well, do you want to tell Amanda, or should I?
No, I'm going to tell her, but not until just before I leave.
Well, why wait until then?
Well, it was my doctor's suggestion, actually. He said that if I told Amanda, she'd naturally be concerned and worried, and that in turn would upset me, and that would defeat the whole purpose of these next few weeks.
I see.
And he wants Justin to monitor me, to make sure that I'm going to be strong enough, that my heart is strong enough to withstand the strain of the surgery. And then Jennifer will keep me on my special diet. I'm going to try to see Justin at the hospital today. You won't tell Amanda, will you?
No, not if your doctor thinks it's best not to.
Oh, thank you.
Lucille, there is one other thing. I know why you were so upset when you saw Morgan in that dress. I found a note from Brandon Spaulding in the pocket of a coat that was hanging on that dress. The dress and the coat were gifts he sent you from Paris.
Ben, that's the most ridiculous
Lucille,
thing
I have
ever...
the note down at the cottage, along with the report from Sim's Jewelry that the cufflinks and this were gifts that you ordered sent to Brandon. Now, as soon as I have all the proof I need that Brandon was really Amanda's father, I'm going to sit her down and tell her.
Ben, you cannot tell her all those lies. How can you upset me like this after what I just told you? You have no regard for me at all.
That's not true. But I also have to consider my wife's peace of mind.
Hi, Uncle Ed.
Oh, good morning, Hope.
Morning. Oh, Grandma. Good morning, dear. It's so nice to see you.
Well, you'd see more of me if you'd learn to drop over to my house for breakfast every once in a while.
I will, but not right away. After all, you're still newlywed. Did Alan bring Phillip over for a swim?
Yes, they're out by the pool.
Good. How is Phillip these days?
Well, he's not doing too well because Elizabeth's gone. That's why Alan took off today to be with him. I wish people could see Alan with Phillip, especially Dad. And they'd never be able to think of him as some stuffy businessman. They'd begin to see him for the warm, gentle person he is when he's with people he cares about, like Phillip and me.
Hi, Hope.
Hi, Kelly.
Kelly, do you have any plans for tonight?
No, I'm just gonna play it by ear. Is Rita coming over?
No. Well, she wants to take it easy because she has to start work tomorrow, so I thought I'd spend some time with Christina tonight after I get through at the hospital. So the place is empty if you want to have the crowd over again.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll let you know later, okay? So long, everybody.
Have a nice
nice day, dear.
So long, Phil.
So, Hope, what are you going to do today?
Well, I'm going to spend the rest of the morning with Alan and Phillip, and then I'm going to go work on Alan's new offices this afternoon.
And how's that coming along, dear?
Oh, I think it's going to be beautiful when it's done. You know, it's my wedding gift to Alan.
Hey, good morning.
Hello.
I'm glad you came over today.
Thanks for asking us. Hi. Eve. Honey, I haven't seen you in such a long time. I know.
Oops.
How have you been, Hokel?
Dr. Bauer. Lori who? Oh, I see. Okay, yes, hold on. Just a moment, will you? Say, Hope, somebody named Lori wants to talk to Alan.
Okay, I'll go get him.
Says it's very important.
Do you know that Lori is getting almost as bad as Diane and Vanessa? I'm going to have a talk with her.
So, Daddy, did you and Ross get everything settled?
Yes, and I'm delighted to have him back on our side.
So am I. Oh, by the way, I called Carter Bowden's office, and he's not going to be here until late this afternoon, apparently. So would you mind staying over till tomorrow and talking to him about Ben's contract then?
Vanessa, really, I have to get back to Chicago. Can't you handle it?
Of course I can. Just that I thought you'd be ever so much more forceful, persuasive.
Well, I certainly doubt that. However, I'll call Diane and check and see. Maybe I can go back later today.
Excuse me, Ross. Mrs. Huntley's here to see you.
Oh, fine. Well, tell her I'll talk with her in Mike's office. Now, Henry, if you want to call Diane, feel free to use that phone.
Thank you.
Ross, I'll see you later, I hope.
No, I don't think so. I'm hoping to have dinner with someone I haven't seen for far too long. That is, if she's free.
It's still there, isn't it?
What? Don't be silly. Ross is just trying to make me jealous with this other woman. Anyway, she's not his type. She's an incredibly drab little thing. I'm going to beat him at his own game. Daddy, would you do me a favor, and the next time you speak to Diane, would you have her call Lyle Shaw at his gallery in Chicago and say that you think that Ben should just fly out there for a meeting with him?
I assume I can expect you home on a little visit.
Oh, Daddy, I've never been able to fool you for a minute, have I?
Sorry to bother you. I'm going to get some nice tea for everybody and some juice for Phillip.
Yeah, you're not bothering me. Come on, I'll give you a hand. Yeah, I'm really glad you and Evie decided to come over this morning.
Oh, I am sure. The sun is nice and hot and cool. So cool and refreshing.
Here you go.
Thank you.
You know, it seems so natural seeing you walking around in here. It's almost as if...
I know.
I hope you didn't mind my calling you so late last night.
Oh, of course not.
Of course, saying goodnight to you on the telephone is not my favorite way of saying goodnight to you.
And I know this arrangement is making things even harder for you, but it's just all I can handle right now.
I know that. We've told each other that we're going to respect each other's feelings, and I respect yours.
Oh, I know, but respecting is one thing.
I'm not going to tell you, I mean, I'd be lying if I told you that I wouldn't rather say goodnight to you in our bed instead of on the telephone. But I can wait. In fact, I can put up with almost anything if it means that you're going to come back.